Well, we're back with you here on the Market Day Report. Thank you so much for joining us today. Glad to be with you here on a Monday, the first day of the trading week of the last trading week of the year. Very complicated. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on this week, and a lot of traders are going to be evening positions from what I understand. A lot of window dressing, they call it, being applied before the end of the year. If traders have profits that they can show on the books, they like to keep those there and make their books look as good as possible for potential clients the following year. So you never know what's going to happen on the final trading day of the year. And we're going to take a look at how things are shaping up here on the grain trade. First of all, let's go and see what the futures are doing as we get rolling today. All right, we'll start off with a look at our corn market here first. And in the corn, we have the March contract just ever so slightly weaker right now. We have it trading down about 3/4 cent on the March. We're trading at 3.63 3/4. The May contract is down a half at 3.70 1/4. And now you have your July contract down about a half cent at 3.76 1/4. Your new crop December contract is just fractionally lower. We're down by a half cent at 3.88 1/2. On the soybean trade this morning, we're weaker overnight. We were about 4 lower overnight, and now you have January beans down about 6 1/4 at 8.69. March down 7 at 8.66. So a lot of pressure in the soybean trade here this morning. I believe we have Dewey Strickler on the line. He's with Ag Watch Market Advisors. He's based in Franklin, Kentucky. And Dewey, as you look at the difference between the corn and soybean openings this morning, why the divergence there?
Well, I think you got a little bit of disappointment here with the weather in South America. We have in Mato Grosso, we're going to be looking at some rather hot temperatures forecast for the next 7 days with limited rainfall. But on the flip side, too, when you go into the other areas of Brazil, we're looking pretty favorable conditions here. So I think the trade realizes that we likely will see maybe a little bit of a reduction here in South America's production in the crop report next month, but I think they want to see some proof of it happening here first. So I think that's why you got the beans lower here. And really, for that matter, too, this is a week in which you just don't have very much in the way of trading activity. So that can account for part of it as well.
Yeah, I wondered if you fully expected the trading volume to really slack off before the end of the year, or if maybe the last couple of days of the year it might actually pick up. What do you think?
Well, it's kind of like, that person going shopping on Christmas Eve. They procrastinate for nearly a month there, and then the last day they finally go shopping. You might see that with funds here. Most of the funds have pretty well, I think, ended the year already, but you got maybe a couple of funds out there that might decide to wait till the last day or maybe the day before they wrap up 2015.
Well, the only thing is with shoppers before the holiday, they usually don't go home with more money in their pocket, so there's a little disparity there. All right, let's take a look at the wheat market here this morning, Dewey. On Chicago wheat, we have the nearby contract in Chicago, currently trading 2 1/4 higher at 4.69 3/4. May is up 2 1/4. Kansas City has been higher as well. How is it able to trade higher when you have all that moisture in the plains?
Well, I tell you, you're looking at some pretty fickle weather patterns here. You've had some pretty harsh conditions in the plains with snowfall. I heard some places they've had 10-foot drifts and so forth. And then when you go into Missouri, Illinois, and some places in the Midwest, you had quite a bit of rainfall, some flooding there. So I think really you're just looking at the wheat market has been oversold, so we're just seeing more of a dead cat bounce than anything.
Okay. All right. Let's take a quick peek at the cotton before we head into the break here, Dewey. We're showing the cotton on the March contract up 72 points. Nice big jump here. 64.38 is your last trade on the March cotton. We'll pause for a break. We'll be back with more with Dewey Strickler right after these messages.